unboxing ever. Here we have what I think is a couple things. They keep packaging my stuff together, which I guess is fine. So I order from not the same place, but they always end up in like the, several things in one package. So they must do that in the, where they're one of the shipping places wherever they gather stuff up at. Anyway, so what we have here, we've got a rod and a couple different baits I ordered. So I'm just going to tear into it. It's going to be quickest ever. I'm serious. I'm like all about quick right now. Okay, look at that little dude. This, oh no, nothing's ever quick. I was going to have a bait out to show you. This is what I'm hoping to be a BFS whopper plopper, basically. The Janku. It's that little plopper tail looking thing. But this guy's little. I don't know what I can hold up for comparison, but yeah, it's just got the one little tail with a hole. That is very little. That is smaller than any whopper plopper. Now, hopefully it whopper plops like a whopper plopper, because that will be a cool way. And this is very light. So we'll be able to throw a whopper plopper on. I could actually throw that crazy pink one. I know it'll throw this no problem. It's got treble hooks, and the hooks are not that big. Finally, a BFS whopper plopper, kind of. All right, that is the bait that I was most excited about getting. And so I'm going to get it out this weekend. We're just in time. It's Friday night. I'll be able to get it out, try it. Now, I don't know if I'll catch any fish or not, but I will be able to tell by the way and how these work, because we got a couple cheap like knockoff ones last year from AliExpress, and one style worked and one didn't. And this one, I can't tell for sure if it's going to work or not. It's one of those where you just got to go out and try it, and you really need to catch a fish on it and see if they bend it around. You may have to kink this. But I think these are only like $3 or something. So if it works and you have to, kind of tweak it like buzzbait or spinnerbait every so often on catching fish, and it does wear out like, every great once in a while, it's not that big a deal. But man, that may be a cool bait. It's definitely cool colors. It's like a mega bass color is what I think. Anyway, I said it was going to be quick. Don't worry, the maid's going to get this stuff. All right, listen, we ain't got to save any of these packages. We got to get this thing open. All right, here's what I was hoping to be, and they probably won't be, but I'm just going to try them because they're about the size. I think they're a touch smaller than my Dig-It. You never really know until you get these little suckers in. And I'll be able to try these too this weekend. You guys see that size? They got like the real, they're not really painted. It looks like they took a printing, stuck it on there. Then it does look like it is coated, with like a clear coat. Probably not over the eyes. If you guys are worried about your eyes, I suggest no matter with the cheap AliExpress baits or even the expensive ones that are $10 and $15, $20, I suggest you take this thing right here, pop them eyes off, because trust me, you can pop them off with that. And if you can't, then okay. But they'll probably pop right off because they usually, these eyes come with just like they're like a sticky side, right? So they peel them off this little sheet and they just stick them on the bait. Well, they do not stay good. So pop them off, get you some kind of super glue, and really super glue them eyes in if you're worried about your eyes. I've kind of found over the years that, I'll be honest, eyes make no difference to the fish. The fishermen are the ones that are worried about if an eye is missing or not on a bait, or if it even has eyes. Some people argue that, and I don't fish in clear water all the time, but I hardly ever, I've had baits, eyes get knocked off, and I don't know, I swear they got better. But anyway, I just got a couple colors, and the only bad downside about this brand is they did not have too many color choices. I figured white with a little bit of blood-looking color on it, and then, kind of a copper color for the kind of overcast days, and, plus I don't think I really have many that are that color. Anyway, let's get into this bad boy. Now this, I believe, is the cheapest rod that I bought. I think this rod only cost $13, and I watched one other YouTuber did a video on it after I bought mine. Because that's what you tend to do when you're waiting around for AliExpress. Anything you can, because guess what? It's been taking forever, and I can't really blame AliExpress. I can't blame, it's a sign of the times right at the moment. But anyway, enough about that. All right. And I guess everything nowadays comes shipped in this, the 2-piece rods from AliExpress to it. Little actual true bubble wrap sleeve. And do you guys know that name? Say it with me. Say it loud. Say it proud. I have no idea. I'm not even going to try. I'm not even going to attempt that one. You know, like old Clint says, man's got to know his limitations, and trying to pronounce that, that's definitely beyond my limitations. So what we have here is what I called this. When I first saw it, I'm like, well, that's either that is a Mavlos delicacy or a knockoff of it, because it looks just like it, and it does look just like it. So I may keep that. And here we have, now the delicacy, I believe, is just a 2-piece. I'll have to double, I'm pretty sure it's just 2-piece. But anyway, just glancing at this, yeah, I think this is actually a knockoff of the delicacy, because I can tell you right now, the delicacy of Charles's, I don't know, don't hold me to it, but like, see how that is like totally off? Doesn't match up. I mean, it feels good, but I'm pretty sure that doesn't look like the same quality as I remember Charles was looking. And I'm pretty sure it's Charles is a 2-piece. All of the delicacies are 2-piece rods. I don't know how I ordered them, but okay, hang on. Now this is, I'm going to check for you guys. I'll let you know where the solid tip, if it's got to have a solid tip, right? It's not the, yeah, it's the whole tip. The whole tip is solid. So be staying tuned to this channel. I'm going fishing this weekend. I guess I'll go ahead and rig this up with something. So we basically have, you guys can make that out. So it definitely feels light. It feels lighter than the rod I just got, the pink one, but it's probably stiffer than all the other ones. So maybe it may actually make a decent in between. I don't know. See how well it fits together. Oh, something just cracked right there. Did you guys hear that? Like, I hope I didn't crack the eye. I don't know what that was, but definitely, I can't really say that I could recommend this. Like, what I can do is just go out and fish it, and if it holds it together, and I always do this kind of test. I'm not pulling crazy hard. Nothing should break. Like that should be, you know, half-pound fish pulling on. If even an ultralight, if it can't fight a half-pound fish, you don't want it. So overall, I guess I didn't tell you guys the price. If you guys have spotted these on AliExpress, they're only $13 something shipped. So a $13 rod coming all the way from China. I mean, the shipping's got to cost like that. So I don't know. I was like, I'll try it. I'll try it as long as it doesn't just completely fall apart and break. This would make a good rod. You could throw whatever, like for the kid or whatever, or you could use it. Who knows? It may feel pretty good. That's what's rattling. That's what you're hearing, is that moving. Yeah. I mean, for the price and because it looked just like the delicacy, I was like, well, I'll take a chance. I don't know if you guys can make it out. I was trying to hold it there, let it focus. And if it holds together, when my delicacy does come in, I'll be able to show you the difference. Like, it definitely, the delicacy, it just has a more intricate way it's designed. And I'm pretty sure it doesn't just have a plain, it may just have a plain black spacer in the reel seat, but I don't think so. I think something's different about it. But yeah, just glancing at it, it's definitely not it is not a delicacy. But May work. Anyway, okay, we got that. I guess I'll rig, I don't even know what to put on. I got all my rods over here already rigged up. How many minutes? 10 minutes for that? Oh my God. Get the maid out here, get this place cleaned up. All right, 1 second. I know, I was gonna make it quick, but I gotta do something. Hang on. Just so we can compare, and I'll know and you'll know right off the bat. I broke out my square bill box and topwater. So hang on. So here, if you guys can make them out, that's my square bill box, minus the big Mega Bass and Mega Bass knockoffs. They're the bigger ones. They're in a whole nother box. So let's get all these baits over here. And if you guys can't, I guess I'll just rattle off some names of some of these. If what I consider work for the, BFS kind of stuff. The little Rebel squares, that's the one I caught my 5-pound bass on. There's several of those. But here's the bait, and if you guys are just now joining, and if you guys have been around the channel, you're like, here we go again. He's going on a dig it kick. I'm just telling you guys right now, there's something about that little bait that just works. The way it works through grass, the way it does everything. It just works good for that shallow fishing and like in grass. So I was trying to I keep trying to find a bait that is, I'm hoping there's, whoever made this for Cabela's just starts throwing out their own brand somewhere. And that's what I'm trying to find. But if you can tell, it's got like, it's always had these ridges you can make out. This is definitely not it. It's a whole different size. But for size comparison. And if you guys, may work good though. These are more like these may be good. They're like they're in between. They're small and they're dig it, but they're bigger than those other AliExpress square bills that are in my BFS stuff. So these will go probably with the square bills, but you can throw it with BFS. Almost all of these little bitty square bills, like these little guys from the Pit Bull, those guys make good little, they're on the higher end of like power BFS, but a little bitty square bill. Now, like once you get into these, the traditional like 1.5, 2.0, or definitely 2.5s, like the bigger, like they got that guy, then yeah, you want to run regular whatever kind of gear you're running. But even that little guy is real. That's a light bait. That's a very light bait. That's some kind of little knockoff too. I don't even know where I got that at. What are you doing then? But then these are, the name's escaping me. Thin ends, I think. Norman lures, I think those are what they're called. Those are good baits too. And I'll throw those like with and when I say BFS stuff, what I'm talking about mainly is my 661, like the light BFS rods is what, and something with a little more flex, like crankbait rod. And I'll throw all these with the 661 kind of tech. Now, if you've got some other, light, ultralight that you're just running the light tip, they may be overloading them with the bigger ones. But usually this dig it does not weigh a ton. And definitely these little ones I've been ordering. So I'll give you guys a little rundown on what I think of those. Anyway, let's jump to the main bait that I was really enthused about. And these I'm not that enthused about. They look like they're cheap made, but until you just try them out on the water, you don't know. This is the guy right here. And I'm going to try to show you here. Now, I don't know if they make a smaller one or not now. And this guy, I got hooks on him. There's a little short, fat one. See the size difference? Way smaller. Here's the skinny one that's actually longer. It's lighter, but they call it a smaller or a bigger size than a little fat dude because they go in length is how they, when you're looking at them. You see how much smaller that is? So it's like way smaller than any of the Whopper Ploppers. I was going to try to compare it. It's like that little guy. I like throwing that on a 661, actually 632. I got on a little kick, was tearing them up. I don't even know the true weight of this Megabass Pop X. I just have always called it a 1/4 ounce. So this guy is a little bit longer, but it's like right there in that same, if anything, it feels lighter though. But it's like right there. Whatever you can throw, the little, smaller size poppers. Yeah, it's a smaller round bait, so it's definitely should be a fish catcher. If that little thing twirls around and creates any kind of decent disturbance, that'd be a little topwater fish catcher, guaranteed. All right, guys. Thanks for watching this unboxing. Be looking forward to all kinds of other stuff coming up. As we go into winter and through the winter, I'm going to be doing all kinds of stuff with the rods that I got coming. What else? What else? That's it. We got a ton of rods, and also on the reel end, I do have, I'm kind of changing up. I'm going out tomorrow with what I call my little motley crew of just thrown together combos to try, and I don't have anything one set that I've really used from one time since last week, because I do have the clamber on the 661 is about the only thing that I'll be fairly used to. I've taken all of my Aldebarans out of the mix, the PW100, I got it sitting here. So I'm going with the rods you see me just pick up this week, or reels I mean. On the one will be 2 new rods, and then the other's kind of mixed around on the other rods I've had. So I'll try to give you, I know a lot of you guys have been asking about the reels I just picked up. I'm going to wait till I get done fishing this weekend and be looking forward. I'll do like a overall, my initial review plus an on the water review kind of together of the Black Knight 2. May even do a re-review on the Black Knight, since it's a whole, like a year later or so since I had my last one. And I'm trying it on regular gear. I'm trying the Black Knight, believe it or not, the original Black Knight. It's got a way thicker spool with 15-pound test on my what I consider medium heavy, but the 803 Loomis rod. So I'm going to be throwing the big half-ounce baits, just all of my normal regular bass gear with that reel, and we're going to see just how it feels and how it stands up, and it should be fine. I've already set the drag. I don't set my drags heavy, but I set the drag, jacked with it a little bit last night, and I knew from the first time I bought that original Black Knight, I'm like, man, this spool is crazy thick. So anyway, get out of here. Stay tuned, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm gone.